guys? I am Andy P, your goddamn host of the fucking most electric fucking MMA podcast. Guys, what in the fuck is going on with these other promotions outside of the UFC, man? Everybody talks about there isn't a close number two when it comes to MMA promotions. You hear Ariel Helwani saying this all the time. There isn't a close number two promotion. I mean, there's the PFL, but they're fucking dying out, it seems like. When was the last time the PFL held an event? I don't even know. And they have this whole regular season thing that's confusing to me. It's a little too complicated. There are issues with the UFC, which is weird to say because they've been around for so long and they have it down to a science, in my opinion. You know, they're pretty fucking rock solid, but there are some things that could be better, I think, maybe. And the whole thing, there isn't a close number two. PFL isn't close, let's be honest. GFL was coming up. I saw all their use of AI and all this other bullshit. I was like, that's probably not gonna fucking become anything. They're paying all their money to these fucking fighters, not fucking hiring a graphic designer. They're fucking making these AI fucking shits, bro. What the fuck? And here's my thing that I want to bring to you guys. If Dana White retires from the UFC, he's no longer the UFC president. Will it open up the MMA world to having a close number two or potentially a new number one? I mean, everybody talks about what will happen when Dana retires. I think it might have big implications on the company because in the UFC, who's the biggest star in the UFC? I think it's Dana White. It's Dana White and Joe Rogan. And let me get on Joe Rogan in a bit here. Dana White, a lot of people tune in, go to weigh-ins, go to press conferences to hopefully see Dana White. He's a big personality. He has, a history of being, outspoken, entertaining. He's the biggest star in the UFC. Is anyone going to come at me and fucking argue with me on that? All right, Conor McGregor, but is Conor McGregor even in the UFC right now, bro? Is he fucking fight? When's the last time he fought? Fucking 1901, bro. Dana White is the biggest star in the UFC right now. And when you ask someone who's the biggest star, obviously you're going to expect them to say a fighter. But in the UFC, as a company, Dana White is the biggest star next to Joe Rogan. They're both employed under the UFC. If Dana White leaves and there's no hope of him appearing on screen for a pay-per-view, appearing at the weigh-ins, showing up for a press conference, answering some questions from the fans and the audience at a press conference. If he doesn't, if he doesn't make any kind of appearances, what is left of the UFC? Of course, the fighters, of course. But will him leaving impact the UFC a lot? And I think it would. Especially because if you listen to some of Joe Rogan's podcasts, he has mentioned in the past that in his contract, it says if Dana White leaves, Joe Rogan can leave. So if Dana White leaves, we're most likely losing Joe Rogan too. No more being on the commentator team. No more commentating pay-per-view. No more screaming when someone gets knocked out. No more Dana. No more Joe. Will that leave fans with a fucking limp dick? I've never said that phrase in my life. That was when that came out of my mouth. I cringed a little bit. A limp dick. Okay. Will fans say, "Oh, I can't see Dana or Joe ever again on UFC broadcasts or UFC"? Okay, well, if let me check out another promotion then. Let me check out PF. Fuck this. Like, man, there might not be anything on this bone, but for some reason, I just think Dana and Joe Rogan have a big allure on fans and bringing them to the UFC. I mean, really tell me what you guys think, because I want to know. Because what I'm thinking right now, I think Dana White retiring is going to have a big impact on the UFC. Who's next in line behind Dana that can be like the voice of the UFC? The face of the UFC, John Anik? Maybe, but he's not as likable as Dana White. Let's get into some comment reading from the past episode. Let's read the comments from the past episode. Main topic of the past episode was, I was talking about how Juliana Pena is the only woman that's trying in the women's divisions, that's trying to build fights and everything. Obviously, since then, she lost to Kayla Harrison. And, I alluded to the fact that Kayla Harrison is a new woman entering the UFC that's also trying to build fights, but she was new. Now she's champion. Now I have a lot of respect for her, and she could be the new Ronda Rousey, especially if she gets through Amanda Nunes, which looks like that fight is going to happen. So, yeah, it was really a discussion of where the women's divisions are right now. Juliana Pena was the only one that's trying. Let's see what people said. Let's see what people commented in the last episode. If you want your comment read in the next episode, leave a comment below. He says, this person, Newport Taylor 2702, says, nobody is excited for this. Weili versus Tatiana was 1,000 times more exciting, along with every Valentina versus Grasso both times. This is a shitty take, he says. I don't agree with that. Valentina versus Grasso, I was somewhat excited for it. Hey, listen, I'm a fucking WMMA, I'm a fan. Yeah, dude, Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison was more hype than Valentina versus Grasso, in my opinion. All right, so this is a shitty take. We all know that Kayla is taking that belt, and there's nothing to question about it. The only cool thing about this fight is that we might get Kayla versus Amanda after this fight. Kayla got the belt. I was kind of assuming that would happen, but I thought Juliana Pena's heart might, outweigh Kayla's again, like it did with. Juliana Pena is a fucking, it seems like she's gotten lucky a lot in her career. I like her. I like her fighting style. She usually comes and brings it. She has a weird fighting style. I don't know why she hasn't taught herself, or nobody taught her to throw proper punches. I mean, she has to be capable of it. If you look at her jab, how do you, the commentators always talk about her looping punches, her looping hooks and whatever. How do you loop a jab, bro? She has looping jabs. Dude, fucking straight out, bro. Straight out to the fucking. She fucking go. I can't even replicate it. She doesn't want to learn, fundamental, how to throw a damn jab with a hook the correct way, or does she just not care? Is that just not? Does she just say, "Oh, I don't need to fucking know this. I'm winning some fights. I don't need to know how to fucking throw a punch properly." Anyway, shit. Where was I? Okay, so this person saying no one was excited for it. It was more exciting than any women's fight in recent history, in my opinion. And now it's behind us, and now we got Kayla versus Amanda coming up. Let's read the next one. This person says, keep my wife's name out your mouth, buddy. That was from O2AU17. Juliana Pena is your fucking wife, man. Shit. God damn it. Well, you secured the bag, man. I guess. Okay. Next one from Balatro Black Steak Blue Deck. I had this pop up on my news feed. Totally agree. I miss Molly McCann already. Win or lose, she made her fights worth watching. Rare for WMMA. Yeah, Molly McCann was pretty exciting, especially with that back fist knockout, I think it was. Yeah, it sucks that she retired, but, it's been a rocky career. She brought some excitement, but, in my opinion, there's a lot of luck involved in MMA. There's also a lot of skill involved, but there's also a lot of luck, and she had the luck on her side in a few matches. She was a decent fighter. Sucks to see her go, whatever. Yeah. Well, yeah, thanks for the comment, man. Next one. 2 fucking scoops, 6379. Pena is for sure my favorite female fighter right now. The fight might be trash between her and Kayla, but I'm still excited to watch it. I didn't think it was going to be trash. Juliana Pena is one of my favorite fighters too. And yeah. Shane Kelly 207, video defending Pena. Instantly hit with don't recommend. Damn. Bro sees the title and he says, don't recommend. And he comes to comment this. That's crazy. Juliana may not be the best, but at least she is bringing some eyes to women's fighters. Exactly, bruh. And that was from Ahmed X 2439. Exactly. She's trying to build fights. She was trying to build fights. When she comes back, hopefully she'll come with that same energy. I hope she does. Cuz the build-ups to her fights are always fun. And I'm always excited to see if she can pull it off. Put some respect on Juliana Pena's name, even if it's just for the fact that she's promoting her fights. Jacob Webb 5371. He says, speak for yourself. Okay. Next one, looking for a fight 628. WMMA podcast? Sure. I guess I've been having trouble sleeping lately. Oh shit, man. Well, I hope listening to my soothing voice helped you get to sleep, my man. Guys, this isn't necessarily my domain to speak on. I don't think I'm the right person to speak on this, but I need to, man. It's been on my mind for a goddamn long time right now. Why are so many women in the UFC getting breast implants? Why? Let me name a few off the top of my head right now. Mackenzie Dern. She didn't need breast implants, by the way. Joanna Jacek, Misha Tate, Polyana Viana, Jessica Rose Clark, Kat Zingano. Man, there's a lot of women that got breast implants in the UFC. Those are just off the top of my head right now. There's a lot. I see them walking into the octagon. I mean, it's obvious. And I mean, you do you. You do you. If you think, getting breast implants, helps your self-image, helps the way you look at yourself, think about yourself, then do it. I don't give a damn. But why are you doing this in a combat sport where you have to cut weight? Are there any other sports where you see women getting breast implants as much as you see them getting breast implants in MMA and in the UFC? What other sport do you see that? I mean, I don't know. I don't really watch other women's sports for the most part, but I'm asking you guys, are there other women's sports where this is going on? Because it's like there's a subculture in women's MMA where getting breast implants is a cool thing, is the thing to do. Goldie, whatever the fuck her name is, something Goldie, she's another MMA fighter. That one girl with the OnlyFans that got cut from the UFC, she has breast implants now. Dude, there are so many. And I just can't think of all of them right now. But you just had, and one I didn't list, who is the most relevant one right now, is Maycee Barber. Go back to her last weigh-in and check her most recent weigh-in. She got breast implants. Now, I don't want to... I'm a fucking white male, dude. I'm a fucking white male talking about women with breast implants, but it's just been on my mind, so why not fucking talk about it? Maycee Barber missed weight for her last fight. And then main event was canceled with minutes to go. She was facing Erin Blanchfield. And recently she came out and talked about all this. Her missing weight, the having a supposed seizure before the main event. She talked about how she didn't know what happened before the main event. Why? She says her memory is spotty. And in her recent interviews, one with Ariel Helwani, she says that she did everything leading up to this most recent weight cut that she did with the last weight cut. And she says, I don't know why I missed weight. I don't know what was different. I know two things that are different, baby. I can list two big things that are different, honey. Oh, God. You got breast implants between your last fight and this fight. That could be why she also took a long time off. I don't know. She had a lot of health issues. I doubt it had to do with getting breast implants, but you're saying you don't know why you missed weight. You don't know what was different. When there are two things that are obviously different, that add weight to your body. And she didn't miss weight by a lot. I guarantee you if she took those breast implants out, she would have made weight. Now, I feel kind of dirty talking about this for some reason because it's like I'm a fucking man. But I'm just saying it's just wild to me that these women in the UFC are getting breast implants when they're involved in a combat sport that you have to make weight for. Again, that is wild to me. I mean, let's put it in a male's perspective, okay? If there was like a testicle implants or something to make your balls bigger, bruh, and they add, let's say, 2 pounds of weight to your body, I'm not gonna get them till after I retire from the UFC. I mean, cutting weight is hard enough, and every fighter knows, every pound, especially when you're getting down to that limit, it is hard as fuck. So when you gotta cut an extra pound, who knows how heavy breast implants are? Hold on a second.
Breast implants can vary in weight depending on their size and type. On average, saline implants can weigh around 0.5 to 1 pound, about 2.3 to 0.45 kilograms each, while silicone implants tend to be slightly heavier, ranging from 0.7 to 1.5 pounds, about 2.3 to 0.68 kilograms each. The weight also depends on the implant's volume and the specific manufacturer.
Breast implants will add a half a pound to a pound and a half in that range. That's getting down to that last pound is where fighters struggle the most. And now they have to add another, let's just say a pound. They have to cut another pound on top of that last difficult pound. And if I'm not mistaken, Maycee Barber missed weight by a pound, was it? I could be wrong. I'm not going to look it up right now, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know you want to get breast implants to fucking, look your best when you're young, but I don't know. Wait till you're retired. That's what I would do if I were a woman. I'm trying to put myself in a woman's shoes right now. I can't. But what do you guys think about that? With the changing landscape of social media, of streaming, of, watching just sporting events. The pay-per-view model just simply does not work anymore. And it's as simple as that. The UFC is signing a new production deal or rights deal with the TV rights, the video rights, and I feel like they're gonna get away from the pay-per-view model. Man, it's way too easy to illegally stream now. And listen to me, I bought most of the pay-per-views. Like, I know when I fucking say that, people are going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You bought all the fucking pay-per-view, you fucking dumbass. You could save a lot of money. Hey, man, I was kind of interested in supporting the UFC and supporting the fighters. And also, I didn't want a stream that was choppy all the fucking time. But I know it's easy to illegally stream the pay-per-views. And everybody does it. Man, if people were forced to buy the pay-per-views and they had no choice but to buy the pay-per-views to watch the events, man, pay-per-view sales would be maybe tripled. All the people that, need to see the events, if their only option was to buy the pay-per-view, maybe triple the number of pay-per-view buys. People just aren't down with spending fucking $1 million to watch an event. People are down with subscriptions. Now, does DAZN with boxing, they're a little better there, but they still have pay-per-views. On top of fucking paying for a subscription for DAZN, they still charge pay-per-view. What the fuck is... Dude, that shit pisses me off, bro. DAZN wants people to come over to their fucking service, but they make you pay monthly and then pay for pay-per-views on top of that. DAZN. I would keep my DAZN subscription and not cancel it after a pay-per-view if I was able to have access to every pay-per-view without paying extra on top of the monthly subscription. You dumbass. Fuck you. The pay-per-view model doesn't work anymore, and I'm passionate about this shit. It doesn't fucking work anymore. You fucking you companies, promotion companies want to make money. Don't use the fucking pay-per-view model anymore. Get on DAZN, get on Netflix, which is what it sounds like the UFC is going to do, and have people pay their monthly subscriptions for those services and give them the events for free. You'll get a lot more people that are willing to pay a monthly subscription for your big events, your numbered events, and also get all this other content that they can watch with that subscription. Nobody wants to fucking be on a Saturday night and say, hey, let me shell out $80 fucking dollars to watch a numbered UFC event. $80. What can you get for $80? That's fucking 70 Taco Bell meals. $80. That's 8 movie tickets. You can go to the movies 8 times with that shit. Go watch a fucking Oscar-nominated movie 8 times with that bullshit, bro. $80. Go buy a nice cologne that can actually fucking help you out in your goddamn life. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. But, dude, fuck you, man. All these promotional companies are still sticking with the pay-per-view model, even though they know illegal streaming is just happening. Like, it's so damn easy. It's so damn easy to do, but these companies still say, hey, we got to keep putting out these pay-per-views. Hopefully we'll get 1 million buys. Hopefully we'll get 1 million buys. Dude, I mean, I don't know, get more sponsors. I'm sure, I mean, especially with the UFC, I'm sure fucking people would be happy to, be partners with the UFC. I'd rather have more dumbass ads popping up during a numbered UFC event than pay $80 for a fucking pay-per-view. We saw how Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul worked out on Netflix. Most viewed bullshit in the past few years, and I guarantee you a lot of people bought Netflix subscriptions just to watch that, and those people that watch that probably still have those Netflix subscriptions. It's just bullshit because the last pay-per-view I bought, this is especially why I'm so pissed off about this shit. The last pay-per-view I bought, I couldn't even get it on the TV. There were problems getting it up on the I couldn't get it to play. I spent $80 and I couldn't get it to play at all. And I go on Twitter, everyone else is complaining about the same shit. They're saying, I bought this shit, why can't I fucking watch it? I was forced to, I resorted to streaming on a website. You forced me to, you fucking dumbass ESPN Plus. Get the like, you're going to have people pay $80 and then fuck them over like that? I didn't get my fucking money back. Get on Netflix or something get on HBO Max. Shit that has other shit that's actually worth the subscription price. And having UFC events, boxing events on these subscription services will have a good allure in bringing in new subscribers and keep people will stick around for a decent price monthly. They'll stick around, keep paying monthly to watch the fights. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Cap MMA. I feel like I was kind of all over the place with this one, but I had some things I wanted to talk about, and I got it out in this episode. I'm doing this because it's fun. It's not bringing anything to the world. It's not doing anything for anyone. It's just fun. It's fun to start discussions. It's fun to read you guys' comments. We're not that big of a podcast right now, but we are growing fast as all fuck. We're growing faster than the goddamn whatever. We're growing faster than your fucking little nephew, Rick. We're growing faster than him, and he's growing fast. Yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you got it, if you got this far, if you watched all the way till the end. Let me know what your favorite Dana White quote is, if you got this far. I appreciate you guys, and thank you.